EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. 22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go on EA Sports. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Throwing Jones. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Running on first down is Jones, but he's not going to get much, maybe a couple. And it's second down. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jones. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be 3rd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Off the play fake, Jones. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he is going to have a Packers first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. That's complete right side to Lazard. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And it's picked up by the Panthers. Taking it right down Broadway. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. A big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Jones. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Off play action. Jones. He's got to hook up to Lazard. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Jones now off the play fake. Able to find Lazard. And he's going to have a Packers first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Jones. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Yetur Gross-Matos has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Off play action. Jones. This is Lazard with a catch out left. They'll get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Off the play fake. Jones. And Lazard's got it again. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw there complete to Ruggs. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
A give to Jones. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So a nice run right there. And worth mentioning their usual starting running back out this week. The hope is it's just a short-term absence. But this is where it pays, Charles, to have a quality reserve that you can turn to when you need him.
And to me, they definitely have that because this is a guy who's more than capable of picking up the slack. And he's likely going to see a big share of carries as this one progresses. And how many times do we see running backs jump into the breach and have big games?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Off of play action, Darnold. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Darnold will hand off to McCaffrey. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now it's Darnold. And he's got it. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Blankenship out for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in the...
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Panthers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. To throw on 2nd and 6, Darnold. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Darnold. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
A fake to McCaffrey. Now Darnold. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Gotta assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the 1st down sack. Darnold, he's going to air one out for Anderson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
He's going to go up top again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Darnold now to throw. He's going to look deep for more. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Packers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, You've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Oh, Jones has just thrown his third interception. Picked up by Keon Crosser. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Faking the give, Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Derwin James with a pick. Past the 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Back to throw, Darnold. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle.
79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. A play fake, and it's Darnold.
He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. Open space inside the 10. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey.
His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
to throw again. Jones. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
Now Jones throwing on first down. Looking deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones, he's going to take another shot here. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. It's a big play there for Green Bay.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will tie our game here in the 3rd. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
111 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. McCaffrey. A'Shawn Robinson there on the stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. This is McCaffrey on the give. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
2nd down and 3.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Thinking about the possible field goal on 4th. It would be 58 yards from here. Darnold on 3rd down. And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey.
140 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Play action. It's Darnold. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. Touchdown!
Christian McCaffrey.
His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Panthers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Packers.
Henry Ruggs.
His 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Packers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle couldn't bust him free. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. In a tie game, fourth quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations type of plays they like to run. Read it. And were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he's got some space here. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Escaping the pressure right.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Back to throw. Jones. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Touchdown, Packers! Henry Ruggs, his second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Second and 10. Here's Darnold. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Robbie Anderson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. They just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have one timeout. You look at the clock. Now let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only one timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. That's complete to Lazard.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Back to throw again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
To throw again on second down. Jones over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 17-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
On 2nd and 10. Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are right back in this football game. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
One last throw now for Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage.